This is a technique I call one must, many shoulds. It's an access to being super productive, like really focused, and most importantly, really enjoying whatever it is you're doing throughout your day. You feel accomplished. But here's how I used to start my morning. I would wake up, I'd make a list of all the things that I had to get done, right? But the problem was and is that my task list is so massive that I don't actually like looking at it. It has multiple tasks that are all important, they're all urgent, and some of them are going to take weeks for me to finish. So it's just this massive thing, and I look at this mountain in front of me, and it instantly stresses me out. I mean, I could start at 8 a.m., work right through to midnight, and not even put a dent in my list, right? And so when I do that, when I see that list, it's like, oh God, I already want to take a break, and I haven't even started my day yet. And that's how most of us deal with our daily list of things that we have to get done. But why do we do that? We spend the day stressing. Our minds are constantly interrupting us, pulling our focus from urgency to urgency to urgency. Don't forget this, or oh, that other thing that you got to do. Oh my God, I got to finish the piece, and so we constantly get these interruptions. But surprisingly, this is exactly the way your brain is supposed to work. This is what it's supposed to do. Your brain is built to interrupt you anytime you encounter something that you have identified as important. So if you've got 8 things that you think are important, they're going to keep interrupting each other. Your brain's going to keep throwing these things in your way. So what you've got to do is you've got to pull down the importance level of all these tasks. If everything was level 8 out of 10 importance, it's all, it must get done. And so what you need to do is you need to use your imagination and redefine all those musts, all those urgencies, and bring them down to about a level 4 out of 10. So you go, that should get done. Your brain cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. It will do whatever you tell it to. Wait. If everything is now 4 out of 10 level of importance, then they're just all the same again. They're still going to keep interrupting each other. Exactly. So what you do is you keep one of the tasks at level 8. Okay? And that brings us back to one must, many shoulds. So let me lead you through this technique. It's a shift in perspective, and I'll lead you through this step by step. Okay? So step 1. What you do is you aim at a target. Now, a target is something that you can miss. You just want to know when you're on course, off course, when what you're doing is working or not working. Okay? You don't want to get all bent out of shape as to whether you accomplish it or not. Step 2 is you have your target. And what I want you to do is I want you to visualize it. What do you want the end of your day to be? What do you want to exist in the world once you finish for the day? So really get into that. And don't worry whether it's possible or not. Just let your imagination roll. What can I have today? What would I like it to be? 3, now that you know what you're aiming at, you ask yourself, what is my purpose? Why does this target matter to me? What is it about this that creates emotion in me? And you need to connect your purpose constantly. This connection is a key feature of reprogramming yourself. You have to experience and repeatedly recognize that you're getting closer to accomplishing that thing that you care about. So it's not just, I think of my purpose, but you have to get that feeling of, I connect to my purpose, and then I take action towards that purpose. Now, step 4 is look at your day's task list. That big mountain of horror, okay? And drop all the importance levels down to 4. Make all the tasks into shoulds. Yeah, I should get it done, right? And from that whatever list, number 5 is you choose one that you're going to make a must. And now what you do is you visualize, this is the only thing that must get done today. I only have one thing that must get done. So everything else is should. This is just my must. And I want you to make sure that this must is something that needs to be a little challenging. Okay, it stretches you. It takes a bit of effort. You don't want it just to be, because if it's easy, it defeats the purpose. It's got to be something that sort of pulls you a little beyond your comfort zone. Okay? 6, then you take that one thing and you don't let any block or excuse stop you. You don't let anything stop you from fulfilling on what you said you would do. You do not stop until you accomplish it, and then do that thing that you said, I must get it done. Now that alone is a victory. And you said you were going to do something, and you did it, and you got it done, right? I said I would, it happened, right? But if you really want to reprogram yourself, you need to take it a step further. So step seven, I need an extra 2 fingers. So 7, once you've completed that must, and this part's key, you improvise one more quick action towards the same target or task, okay? Think of it as an overdrive. This extra action, it can take, 5 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. The point is that you already won. You already hit that goal, that thing that you said you would do, and nothing stopped you, right? But then to demonstrate to yourself just how badass you are, you go beyond what you said you would do. So you have that, did what I said I was going to do, and I went beyond, and you feel absolutely amazing. Okay, so why does this work psychologically? When you push yourself to accomplish something, whatever you said must get done, the focus, the energy, the attention, the willpower it takes, it can take a lot. So when you push yourself that hard, crossing the finish line often doesn't come with a sense of elation, but instead you get this kind of, oh, thank God that's over. And so you don't really recognize the amazing thing that you just did. But when you add that extra improvised action, it's something that you weren't expecting to do, something you're throwing in, you get into a creative space. You think, what else can I do that's related to this task that I just finished? What's one more step that brings me closer to my purpose? Now, when you do this, you've told your brain not only do you accomplish what you said you would no matter what, and nothing got in your way, but you always exceed your own expectations. So now you've experienced that victory and going beyond. So now that you've done that, look honestly at the rest of your day. Do you have time to do something else? Browse through it, because sometimes you won't, right? If yes, look at your task list again. And what's the next one I want to make a must? And you decide, yeah, okay, that's another one that challenges me. And when you complete that next, no matter what, that must, and exceed it, look at your list again. Keep repeating that pattern. Do I have time? One more must. Do I still have time? I do. One more must. And you keep doing that until you're done for the day. Now, what I want you to do is imagine what that would feel like. Victory after victory after victory after victory. So which one feels better? The mountain of tasks and stress, or I am unstoppable. Now, you may accomplish the exact same amount using either technique, but clearly one feels better than the other. So let me give you a quick structure on how to create your musts, right? Because you want to make sure that when you do these musts, these things, that you're pushing past your limits. So I go over this topic in much greater detail in a different video, but the basic structure is as follows. It's got 4 parts. 1, pick a task that you can finish and will finish today, no matter what. So can finish and will finish. Okay, this task needs to stretch you a little. You want to provoke an excuse in you, something that makes you want to quit or half-ass it. You want to feel some kind of resistance, because overcoming excuses, especially the ones that usually defeat you, when you don't get stopped by things that usually beat you, when you overcome those excuses, it actually reprograms your brain in a matter of days. Part 3 of creating a must is working on this task needs to bring you closer to your purpose, right? So you have to have that reason behind it, that drive behind it, that emotional pull, right? So this must has to do that. And after that, you do your one extra improvised action. Does that make sense? So you've got the parts for one must, many shoulds, and now you've got the 4 parts for, what is a basic structure of a must. Now I know it's a lot of stuff to learn, so go through the video as many times as you need to. You're probably going to get stuck. It takes some practice, so just practice it to see what's working and what's not working. If you need some help, If you need some additional structure so you can practice and get some feedback, then you can come contact me. My name is John McLean Foreman at 5dailyrisks.com. So John McLean Foreman, 5dailyrisks.com. And finally, let me leave you with this. Do not make something a must if you're not going to finish it. You want to experience those victories. Practice one must, many shoulds, every day for a week, and then watch what happens. Once you start to know yourself as a person who follows through no matter what, and you blow past your own expectations multiple times a day, what do you think that's going to do in your subconscious? What do you think is going to shift about how you feel about yourself and your beliefs? You know, when you know right in your bones that nothing stops you, what won't you take on? Even if you don't know how to do it yet, you know you're going to figure out a way to do it. So I promise you, one must, many shoulds. It feels incredible. But you're only going to know what I mean if you practice it and experience it. You have to actually do it to bring up excuses in yourself. You have to do it to bring up where you get stuck and where you get past it, okay? So do this every day for 1 week, and you will be a different person. You won't just feel productive, you will feel powerful. So good luck. Let me know how it goes. I am looking forward to hearing your stories of adventure as you practice this technique.